Hey everybody, my name is Willow, and I'm working to help people to wake up. Now, it's kind of late out here tonight, but I wanted to do this talk because I had it on my mind, so I wanted to do it. I'm under my favorite tree. But what I want to talk to you today is about God energy, how it runs through your body. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, why do you call it God energy? Well, because that's what it is. Now, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it prana, you can call it the source energy, you can call it the light. You can call it chi. Some people just call it the force. There's and if you're Abraham Hicks, you might call it the vortex. So it doesn't matter what you call it. It's all the same thing. It's all God. I prefer to call it God energy because it helps me make a better connection. But God energy is running through you all the time, and it's always ran through you. It's running through you now, and it always will. The God energy is the life force of the universe, and it runs through everything and everybody on earth. So, and it's always running. But sometimes the God energy gets stuck and it can't flow freely through us like it's meant to. Now, what I want to talk about is the reasons why we cannot be everything that we are meant to be in God. In other words, we can't, in order for us to be an open receptor to God and to be an empty vessel so that God can fill and that God can use, we have to learn how to clear out our energy centers within our body and allow the God energy to flow freely through us without any blockages or any interruptions. And for most people, they have blockages in their energy centers and they don't know. They don't know that they have blockages. But it's important that we work to open these blockages, open our energy centers, so that the God energy can flow freely through us and we can do what we were actually put here on earth to do. Now, I'm going to talk about what causes the God energies to be blocked. Negative thoughts. We all have them. Everybody has them. You know how you always carry these thoughts around in your head about somebody or about a situation that you might be dealing with or something that's going on in your family or anything that might be negative that you're just you got up in there in your head and you just can't help expressing your feelings about it. That's negative thoughts. Negative thoughts clog up our system. Why? Because it's darkness. And what the energy is light, and you want the light to be pouring through all the time. And anytime you bring in the darkness, then it's clogging up the flow for the light or for the energy to flow through. So negative thoughts, negative emotions, all of us are holding on to negative emotions that we've been dealing with from our past, from our present, from what some of us have some traumatic things that happened to us in our past that we have suppressed and pushed down inside of us. We pressed down the emotions because we didn't know how to deal with them at the time, and it's just stuck in there, and it's causing a blockage for the God energy to flow through us. Now, everybody goes through this. Everybody has blockages, and it's not really a fast thing. It's not a fast process to open up the energy centers. It takes a lot of work to do this. But if you want to be an open vessel, if you want to be a conduit, so that the energy can flow freely through you, you have to do the work. Now, it's real important. It's real important that people know this, especially if you are just awakening and you might be like me. You might not know anything about energy because when I first awakened, I didn't know anything about God energy. I didn't know how it flowed through the body. I didn't know anything about it. If I had known it, uh, things would have been a lot smoother for me and easier for me at the time, but I didn't know it. So I'm not going to do a video I'm not going to show you right now how to run the energy through your body, or how the energy runs through your body. That's another video. But I do want to talk about how you can heal your body just by being aware of the God energy and aware that it's running through you, and just being aware of any blockages that you might have, because just having the awareness of the energy and knowing that there's a blockage somewhere, that alone can help open it and clear it, because it's all the work is done with your mind. So just having the awareness of the flow of the God energy in your body, and knowing that you can do something and you can help to work it out. Now, if you are ill, if you have any kind of disease, if you have Morgellons disease like I did, and this is actually how I healed my body from Morgellons, is through energy work. And well, during my spiritual awakening, Morgellons is what led to my spiritual awakening. And then after years of spiritual studies, I finally come into the realization or the awareness of energy, and then I started learning how to heal my body. But if you have Morgellons disease, if you have cancer, if you have diabetes, if you have lung disease, if you have heart disease, you have kidney disease, if you have Lyme disease, it doesn't matter any kind of disease you have. If you have pain in your body, any kind of sickness in your body, you can heal your body just by knowing how to run God energy. Just by first being aware of the God energy that's running through you, and then knowing how to run that energy through your body, you can heal your body. Now, is it going to happen overnight? Nope, it's not going to happen overnight. Most likely it's not going to happen. And sometimes it can happen instantaneously, depending on how strong your connection is. But most of the time it's going to take work. It's going to take practice, and it's going to take work. But I just wanted to give you the initial step on how to get started. Because if you've got an illness, if you got a sickness, and you can't seem to get rid of it, and you've been to all the doctors, and you've taken all the you're tired of taking the medicine, you're tired of seeing the doctors, you're tired of spending all your money and all your time, and you're just getting sicker and sicker. So if you're one of these people, you can start now, and this doesn't cost you anything. God runs freely through you. You just have to know how to run it. You just have to be aware of the God energy that is running through your body. And if you're sick, you have to be aware that it's stuck somewhere. The energy's stuck somewhere. So wherever the energy's stuck, or wherever your pain is, you just move into that pain and you start working with it. You start meditating on it. If you don't know how to meditate, you just focus on it. Just put your attention on it. And then you start working with it. And how you work with it is you just, with your mind, just put your hand on it and just start working it, or massaging it like you would a pulled ankle, or a pulled muscle, or a strained ankle or something. Just start working it. Just start working it, and put your attention on the area, and let it know that you are aware of it, and that you've got your attention on it, and that you are working. You can even speak to it and let it know that, hey, I am working. I am working on you. I'm working to run the God energy through you. And you can, just by doing that, you can help push that blockage out. You can push that negative energy out, and you can clear it out and just push it back out into the universal force and let it merge back with the light. You can do this if you're sick, and if you really, really want to learn how to run God energy, you can do this. Now, the reason I'm even saying this is because right now, at this time, that the planet is going through this shift. We're going through an amazing shift on the planet, and people are waking up. People are waking up left and right, spiritually waking up, and they're starting to be aware of reality, and they're starting to see the real world out there, as opposed to their world. They're starting to see that there's another world, another spirit world, and that it has a lot of meaning in their life. It may not have before, but it does now. Because as more of the light comes in, as more of the light continues to come into the planet, the darkness is collapsing. The darkness is disappearing. And so that's why a lot of things are being exposed right now. I mean, there's so much light coming into the planet that all the darkness is being exposed. And that's why you may notice that you might not get away with things like you used to, because like lies and stuff, and doing things that you always did before that you got away with. You might not get away with that now because things are being manifested instantly, which means you may pay the consequences of your actions instantly or right away instead of later on. Everything is in the now. But it's important that we get this work out here and that we let people know, because the people who are already awakened, they most likely already know this, but those who are not awakened, they're going to need to know this. So we need to get this out here quick so that when they awaken, they'll have this information available to them, and they won't have to do like we did, and they won't have to suffer as long as we did if they have the tools to work with and the information. So this is an amazing time to be alive, and I'm really excited about it because I'm excited about the shift into the fifth dimension, and I'm excited about creating the new heaven and the new earth right here in the fifth dimension, and I'm excited about living in love and joy and peace and harmony on earth, about doing away with the darkness, moving out of the darkness and into the light, and living our lives in the light, and so that we can manifest our heaven and earth right here. So that's all I'm going to say today, because it's getting kind of dark on me, but I love you guys, and I'm going to do some more videos, so just stay with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.